Welcome back to the Auto Show. Well, Royal Enfield is clearly on a roll. Despite some issues faced in its newly launched bike Himalayan, the company is very confident of the future ahead. In fact, I got a chance to speak to Siddharth Lal, who's the head of Royal Enfield in Eicher Motors, and this is what he had to say when I visited him at his plant in Chennai.
There's a bit of push and pull. From a peak of 11 months waiting, we're down to 3 months or even less for some models. And it's coming down because at the end, we will never be capacity constrained. That's only a temporary phenomena. Okay, it's been with us for 6 years, but maybe a year or two more. But it's not a forever phenomena, right? Because capacity can always be reached. But our focus, whether it's in India or now in international markets, is always brand first. Build a brand and the rest will follow. So, I mean, the worst thing to have is a plant with lots of capacity but no one wanting a motorcycle, right? We don't want to be in that position. So we want to continue to build a brand. So all the work that we do, my time, my effort, of course, a lot of our organizational effort and mind space goes in how to build the brand, how to build beautiful new products, how to do amazing things with Royal Enfield. Then, of course, we have a very strong engineering manufacturing team which builds the plants and does all of this. But that's not our obsession. Our obsession is actually is the Himalayan there, and it's just to build beautiful motorcycles. So our retail is our obsession. We've been working tremendously on improving our entire retail infrastructure, retail identity, our stores. Our salespeople tell us, and salespeople are notoriously, unforgiving for these things, but they say that our new stores that we build, I don't know if you've seen any of them, we're getting more walk-ins, more inquiries, more conversions just because people come in and they look at the store and they're like, oh my God, is this what Royal Enfield is about? And that's beautiful. And that's only the store infrastructure. Now we're working on improving the entire experience in the store. So that means, today the phenomena when you go into a motorcycle store or into, a white goods store is basically the salesperson hands you a price list. He says, here's your price list and jo aapko chahiye, le lo, that kind of stuff. What we're doing is we're getting into a zone where you can talk motorcycles. So we're hiring people differently, we're training people differently. So an analogy from another industry, if you go to a Decathlon store in India, the guy knows everything about sports. He's a sporty fellow. He understands sports. We want to do that. We want people to come in and not have a hard sell environment where you just come with the prices. We want people to imbibe and love, and that's what we're about, and that's what we're...
I want to talk some numbers here, and I mean, we all talk about it all the time. Your own PAT for motorcycles up 60-70 odd %. Your profit has been similar numbers that we've seen growing over last year. How has Himalayan played a role in the first quarter in terms of your overall?
Himalayan hasn't played a tremendous role in our first quarter. It's taken a lot of our time and energy and probably a bit of spend on marketing and all of that. But it's not yet paid back. It's still a young child of ours. It's when you're a toddler, you don't expect it to do all the housework yet. So it's really, that's the stage that Himalayan's at. It's nascent. It's doing really well. As of maybe today, it's nearly as of now only that it's actually available across the country. Earlier it was only available in a few stores.
Yeah.
So we've been, as you can see, we've been going hammer and tongs, producing more motorcycles. But production is not that easy. It's not our production, it's our supply chain. It's a new engine, it's a new chassis, it's all new parts. So suppliers have to ramp up. So all of that's been happening over the last many months, since March when we launched it.
But there were some issues that people faced, and there was a recall that was done. I mean, we know personally a few friends who talked about the fact that they faced some problems while riding it, the tank would heat up, etc.
So, that's, I think that's the new Royal Enfield, which is that firstly, it's a product update that we did. And the product update, or let's say what happens is that any product, new or existing, but certainly new, has the potential to have certain issues. It's a mechanical product. Every product in the world potentially has some issues. Then what we've been able to do is actually track that very closely, understand what the issues are. None of them are safety issues. That's why it's not a recall at all. There's no safety issue whatsoever. These are all let's say, much lower level issues. And what we've done is that we've accounted for exactly how many. And typically out of the, when we were talking about this product update, it was around 2,000 motorcycles in the field. Typically, whatever issue there was a clutch issue, that was maybe 15 out of the 2,000 motorcycles out there. So that's the perspective. We had some issue, I think, I don't know if it was a mirror issue, but it was the sari guard issue, cracking. That was also 25 cracking sari guards, right? It's not the end of the world. We don't want that to happen, but it's not the end of the world either. In the sense, it's not a debilitating issue. So what we've been able to do is, the new Royal Enfield means that we understand, evaluate, get solutions for, implement in the market even before the chap comes in for first service. Because we want to be that proactive company that people have, let's say, given us, their money and their trust and bought a Himalayan. We want to make sure that we support them immediately and without any borders whatsoever.
So now all the issues have been resolved?
Absolutely perfect. It's been resolved in the field, resolved on the motorcycles. There's still a few motorcycles out there where we haven't seen the sari guard, for example, because we've not found the customer.
But you are in the process.
But we're absolutely in the process, and problems are solved. We talk to our customers, we track them if they have any other issues. We're a proactive company.
What about the launches? We've seen Himalayan, of course, as you said, it's a pretty new baby in the, that we see. It's been launched. You're already obviously always working on newer models. What is the next big model that we will see? Give us a timeline. If not the product, give us at least some sneak peek into what's coming.
We said we'll have, in fact, what we said last time is that we'll have one product this year, one product next year, in the order of that. Now, I can't define exactly because, these things sort of take some time to come out once in a while. You've got to nurture products even when they're in development phase. But yeah, in the order of, somewhere next year, I'm sure we'll get something.
No, fair enough. I know there will be one coming, but what is it going to be like? How will you define it? How will it be different than what you already have? At least some sneak peek into it.
Everything we do is going to be middleweight, 250 to 750. So we have a 350, 500, and now we have the middle ground of 400cc, 411cc as it were, Himalayan. We have so yeah, we will span that entire spectrum of 250 to 750 middleweights. The objective is that any motorcycle that we eventually bring in the market will have to have its base in India. Base as in sales base. So it will be selling well in India, otherwise we will not enter a segment which won't have a traction in India, in our opinion, because while we will be more and more making motorcycles which will be increasingly more relevant, and therefore I would say slightly higher on the power scale as it were, not extreme power at all, but more than maybe the ones that we do today. From an international market perspective, where generally the bigger motorcycles sell. Having said that, we're never going to stray too far where it goes beyond the realm of what Indian motorcyclists will want.
Fair enough. Can we then deduce that it's a 250cc that could be in the offing soon in India? Because that's another big market that's emerging, and you will then compete directly, you already are to a great extent, with the others, the big players, the big volume guys. I know you're never behind volumes, but will that give you that edge?
I can't tell you which product we're developing and when it's going to be. I can't tell you exactly which CC and all that, so can't help you there.
Okay.
But also having said that, we're not, our approach will never be to fight said product of competition with a similar said product.
That's
not who we are, and we will never do what.
Me too.
Never. So that I can assure you. What comes out of it, we don't know. We can't tell you right now.